Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another anime live action video for you guys, as today I actually wanted to talk about Kill Bill. Now, Kill Bill is a film by Quentin Tarantino. You know, you kind of start to see when people are like, oh, films are kind of cool, and then basically once people start to get into this whole film phase, I feel like the Quentin Tarantino films are like the starter pack or like the beginner pack for a lot of them when they realize, oh, films are actually kind of interesting and like there's more to a movie than just like explosions and stuff like that. And then, you know, they start hearing about like good movies to watch, and then there's Quentin Tarantino, of course. Like that name is just thrown around a lot. Logic references Quentin like so many times. But anyway, so yeah, Quentin Tarantino films tend to be a lot of the movies that people watch when first getting into film, I feel like. And Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill are some of those movies for sure that get seen a lot and that are very well recognized in the world of film for sure. And for a while, I had never actually watched Kill Bill. So at one point I did watch it because it was actually recommended for me to watch as like an inspiration kind of thing for a film that I was writing at the time. Yeah, my producer for my short film that I was working on actually told me that I should watch Kill Bill because he thought that it was the perfect anime live action film. Now, of course, he was fucking stupid because he didn't really watch a lot of anime, so he was kind of ignorant for saying that. But I figured I didn't want to be like him in the sense of staying ignorant. So yeah, I figured it was time to finally watch Kill Bill, so I did. But yeah, ever since then, it always stuck with me, the fact that he said that. You know, he said Kill Bill's the perfect anime live action film, and that always stuck with me for some reason. It got me thinking, because even though I didn't really think about it much at the time, because obviously I knew his background and knew that he didn't even watch that much anime in the first place, so it's kind of like, okay, what you're saying doesn't have much credential, much value to it. But over time and after watching both films, it definitely was something that stuck with me. And even now, going into anime live action and doing all this research on different anime live action films and projects and other stuff like that, Kill Bill is just kind of something that's always on my mind as like, was Quentin Tarantino trying to do something with anime? Because if you've seen the Kill Bill films, then you know there's actually a scene in the film that is basically anime. Alright, so upon doing some research, as it turns out, Katsuji Morishita is a Japanese animation producer for Production IG. He was responsible for overseeing the hand-drawn anime sequence in Kill Bill Volume 1. And yeah, I know Production IG, they did Blood Sea, which is one of my favorite animes, definitely up there for me. And yeah, they've also done a lot of other good animes, but yeah, literally a producer and animator from a Japanese animation studio worked on this anime sequence in the Kill Bill film. So it's safe to say that there is literally anime in Kill Bill. It's literally anime. It's hard to explain if you haven't seen it, so I'm gonna try and play some of the clip to give a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But yeah, and this was another thing that kind of interested me and what I wanted to talk about, is because there's people out there, right, that still don't really like anime, still think it's trash or like not for them, right? And especially when I watched Kill Bill, you know, a lot of people in film were like, oh, anime, like we stay away from that, this and that. But it's like, well, how do you like hate on anime, but then you worship Quentin Tarantino or like his films, and then there's literally Kill Bill and there's literally like a sequence in there that is like literally anime, and it's like, then you still hate on anime but then like films, and it's just like, oh, what are you guys doing? Like, it's just so stupid sometimes how people in film are very closed-minded. Not just people in film, but people in general are very closed-minded to anime and just accepting it as a form of art and not really giving it a shot, and like, it's like they like it but they just don't want to admit it, and it's just so stupid, and I hate it. And that's why one of the reasons I really want to make good anime live action, because it's annoying how much people that love films try to make anime seem like it's so different, when some of the best films I've ever seen are anime films, and it's just like, oh my god. But anyway, so that got me thinking, like, is Kill Bill an anime live action film? I mean, obviously it's not based on an anime / manga IP or franchise or anything like that, but I mean, if you've seen the films, would you say that it's kind of like a Scott Pilgrim scenario where the film is seemingly heavily inspired by anime in terms of the style and could actually work as like an anime live action? I mean, would something like a film like Kill Bill be a good representation of how anime live action should be depicted on the big screen? There are some pretty cool moments in Kill Bill, I must say, and there's definitely a distinct style, definitely different from a lot of other films. I must say, if a film like Kill Bill was based on an anime, I could definitely see that as a thing. Like, let's say the Kill Bill films existed exactly the way they are, but let's just say Quentin Tarantino was like, oh, by the way, this is an anime live action film. Or like, this is a 2-film series based on in anime. Do you think the opinions of the film would change? Do you think people would say, okay, this film is actually bad now that it's based on an anime? Because that's another thing that's kind of got me thinking. And honestly, I could see the opinions of the film from a lot of people changing simply because of the fact that once it's an anime live action, there's all these different factors that come into play. Like, oh, well, is this person played by an Asian and blah, 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 blah. Like, there's so many different things that just come into play, and like, it feels like every single person wants to like hunt down or cherry pick something to complain about. And yeah, it's annoying sometimes. Like I said, I do think Kill Bill definitely stands out as one of those films that really just has a distinct style, and I could definitely see something like anime being translated into Kill Bill. Or if Quentin Tarantino just one day decided to say, hey, yeah, Kill Bill was definitely inspired by anime. I was binging anime at the time while writing it and making it. I mean, I could definitely see that, you know? And I mean, it just makes a lot of sense considering that, again, there is like 2D like manga animation in the actual film. Like it's not like I'm just bullshitting you guys. Like, it literally cuts from live action to 2D like animation, like literally. But yeah, and speaking of that sequence really quick, that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. I did some research, and actually it turns out that that sequence wasn't technically inspired by anime or manga per se. Apparently in an interview, Quentin Tarantino said that it was actually inspired by a Kamal Hassan film. So yeah, I'm just gonna read a little bit of this article to talk about that really quickly. So once they get a little deeper into the article, it says here, I asked him whether the manga sequence in Kill Bill was inspired from an Indian film, and he excitedly remarked, yes, I saw this Indian serial killer film which showed violence as animated. The interviewer noted that there was only one Indian serial killer film made before Kill Bill where animated violence was shown, and that was the Kamal Hassan star Alavand Han, dubbed in Hindi as Abhay, a 2001 psychological thriller. And I guess I'll try and show a little bit of the clip from the film that actually Quentin Tarantino is talking about here that inspired his manga scene. Hopefully I can show it without getting copyrighted, but if not, I apologize. Just know I did my best. Maybe breaking into an animation sequence smack in the middle of a feature film rubbed some viewers the wrong way, but 3 years later, Kill Bill Volume 1 was received generously by critics and the public. A.O. Scott of the New York Times wrote that the sincerity of his enthusiasm gives this messy, uneven spectacle an odd, feverish integrity. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on with this article. But yeah, it is crazy how like they call it the manga sequence, yet they also say it's inspired by something else. I mean, I'm guessing he's saying that it's inspired as in the fact that there is a 2D manga sequence in the live action film. That cut from live action to 2D is inspired by this other film that did that, but the actual like manga and like the animated violence sequence, that is definitely anime, definitely manga, like without a doubt. Hopefully I can play some of the clip, and you guys, if you guys see it, you can easily tell without a doubt that this is anime manga inspiration for sure. I mean they literally call it the manga sequence, so of course, you know, anime and manga for sure. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys consider Kill Bill anime live action movie, or potentially one? Obviously, like I said, not based on an anime manga, but like just inspiration wise and style wise and everything, much like the Scott Pilgrim case. I'm really interested to hear your guys' opinions, as this is something that's kind of been on my mind for a long time, and I've never really been able to talk about it with anyone, so I guess that makes it a pretty prime candidate for a video. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, that helps me out a ton, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.